interesting company. Ramesh Kumar Dua is now with us. Of course, Q1 has been tough with the sort of lockdowns, etc. that have happened. Can you just talk to us about this, entire Atmanirbhar and export scheme, and where essentially does footwear stand into that, and then we can focus on the numbers after that?
Well, Atmanirbhar is a good thing which government is planning and thinking about. But it is a long-term thing. It's not a short-term. Footwear industry, it will gradually, things will happen. We can't just cold turkey stop import of the footwear, because import of footwear also creates some kind of healthy competition between domestic manufacturers and imported articles. And people, we have to improve our efficiencies. Import of component is very desirable so that Indian manufacturer can upgrade the quality of the article. Presently, duty on import of component has been raised to 25%, and the footwear, it is 35%. So I think too much of tariff may tend to be counterproductive. So some kind of protection to Indian industry is okay, but too much production, I think, could be counterproductive. Yes, components, they should be, custom duty should not be more than 10%, so that Indian manufacturers can gear up and give quality footwear to Indian manufacturer, Indian customer. That is what I think. And it's a long drawn process. Indian manufacturers, they are lacking in technology and so many things. In footwear industry consists of 90% non-leather footwear market and 10% is leather. And all the institutes in India, they are training people for leather footwear industry, which is 10% of business. For 90% of the business, there is no education, skill or training or whatever. So it is a long way to go. That is what I feel about Atmanirbhar
Right.
Bharat.
I also just wanted to understand about the costing, sir. Where do we stand? Whenever we talk about exports, whenever we talk about Atmanirbhar, are we one of the low-cost producers which people would really want to give us mass business? Is that something which you see, or as the scale increases, the cost of production will also come down and we'll start to get more competitive?
You see, in category to category, things are different. For example, the category what we are in, like our Relaxo brand, which caters to masses for Hawaii slippers, brand is for fashion article for slippers, and then EVA slipper. All these articles, we are very competitive in domestic market, and these articles, they are, because quality of products, we are also able to sell in our international market. So we are getting good acceptance. So that means in this category, at least, we are competitive worldwide. Whether it is in Panama, Central America, in Dubai, in other markets of the world. So depends where we have scale, where we have quality. We are able to compete domestically also with the imported brands, and we are also able to compete internationally. So in domestic also, we have to compete with the imported brands. If we just give total protection to Indian industry, I don't know how the industry will really gear up and face them in the international market. That is my view. So we have to scale the training of the people. We have to upgrade the technology. All these things we have to do. So that India, we have to become strong and domestic, quality-wise, efficiency-wise, and then we can scale up, get the markets in international markets also. In some of the categories, we are already successful and we are growing the things over there. As far as sports shoe is concerned, it will take a lot of time to upgrade people of that level. So if we give too much of protection, I have my own doubts.
All right.
That it will take time.
Okay. Okay. Hi, Mr. Dua. I just wanted to get in a word from you on the fact that now, Mumbai, a major, metro city as well, has decided now to allow non-essential shops as well to remain open 7 days a week. This was not expected. So slowly, many cities are allowing for, you know, non-essential shops to start reopening. Of course, there are still sporadic local lockdowns being witnessed across the country. But how are you seeing this as a move? I mean, do you think that sales will only improve from that low point that we saw during the lockdown? What are you observing?
Yeah, April was a completely washout. May, things started opening up, and we also started opening up our factories also, and then market was opening up, so we had quite a good inventory. So we are able to serve the market in May, and then June was better than May. April washout, May was maybe we achieved around 65 to 70% of last year's sale, and this June was around 80%. On the whole, we could perform at 55 to 56% of the last year's quarter. And the July is starting to be better. Around 90% we have achieved. So August will also maybe, it depends upon, things are not stable. Different markets are having lockdowns on different days. Local management is taking decisions. So nothing is stabilized. But since more and more markets are opening, so I think August should be better. This quarter, July, August, September will be better than quarter one. This is what I think.
Okay. I just want to know how you are coping with this, because obviously the fact that in many in many pockets, your stores still may be having close to zero sales, walk-ins may be very low. So what's your strategy over there? And also, many retailers have told us this, that today when a customer walks in, it's a very purpose-driven, shopping that they come in for. I mean, they come, they buy what they need, and they leave. So that essentially is turning into more conversion of footfalls into sales as well. Are you noticing that? And across which, value category are you seeing more sales happen?
Yeah, 80% of our business is coming through our distribution channel. 20% is from other channel like online, like retail, export. So in 80%, what I find that economy slippers, low value slippers, these articles are much more in demand. Rather, the demand of this article has exceeded our manufacturing capacities also. And these, like our Relaxo brand, our Bahamas, our Flight, where we are making mostly non-leather slippers, they are being in good demand. As far as our clothes shoe, school shoe, and sport sandals, these high value articles, because people are not moving out. Even now, people are very cautiously going only for essentials or maybe attending their office duties. That's all. So there is a fear among people, and people are quite restricted to home. As a result, these categories of, sports sandals, sports shoes, school shoes, these articles are less in demand whether markets are open or whatever. But slippers, they are in demand, and particularly tier 2, tier 3 and villages, because it was harvest season, a lot of migration labor. So there was so much of need of these things. So these things, demand has been really good. And I hope in this quarter also, it will be like that. But since more and more markets are opening now, online channel has also opened. So I think our other articles also, like shoes and sandals, will have some momentum.
Right. Sir, just a last question, over the next 6 to 12 months, say if the export theme that we talk about, if you want to really grow that in the footwear space, what are the key things that you would watch out for? What are the key, things that you would wait for? Are there any global brands that really want to set up big factories over here? Is that something which will make us a hub? We've seen that happening for the AC sector. Is it similar things would happen in footwear, or it's the existing players who will enhance their capacity and take it ahead?
You see, as far as we are concerned, our 80% business or 70-80 is still coming from slippers, in which we are doing very well. Our capacities are good, and there we don't require any collaboration or technical know-how support. Now, other thing like sports shoe, yes, there it is a different, but we will have to take cautious move. Collaboration will have its own challenges. People who are totally focused on sports shoe, they may go for it, but we would like to wait and see what kind of opportunities are coming up.